Welcome back. Available housing is one of the major issues facing our growing city, and next Wednesday, KXAN is teaming up with Leadership Austin once again for an open panel discussion on the matter. It's part of their Engage breakfast series at the Long Center. Joining us today is Pete Dwyer. He's the president of Dwyer Realty Companies. And thank you so much for being here, Pete.
You bet, Brian.
Well, let's talk about the housing market and how do you see that it's doing here in Austin?
Sure. I think I guess the broad outlook is that a lot of the people agree. We have about 1.3 to 1.5 million more people coming in the next 20 years, which is about 65,000 people a year, new people coming in. So the downturn in the market that we've just gone through resulted in a lot fewer units. So this 1.5 million people, that's going to create a need for about 500,000 new homes.
Well, that was my question. I mean, do we have the demand to meet the incoming supply?
We don't, and so what's happened recently, the realtors estimate that there'll be about 9,000 new apartments and about 8,000 new homes built next year. So with the need for 25,000 homes, what's happened, of course, is that the Board of Realtors has put out a memo that says that we are down to the lowest supply. We have a 2.7 month supply of homes. That's the lowest that it's been in Austin in 10 years, which then, of course, makes the price go up.
Absolutely, which is what we're seeing right now in the market. It is a seller's market out there, and we see different housing projects. We've seen the downtown loft style. We've seen the row homes. We've seen the standalone single-family homes. What type of projects do you see will be successful going forward?
Well, one of the key points that we hope to bring about through the Leadership Austin breakfast is to focus on the upcoming review of the land development codes with an eye to try to keep things affordable. The average income in Central Texas is about $68,000 a year, and that means the average person can afford about a $200,000 to $250,000 home. So we hope to be able to continue to bring about a supply of good, affordable workforce housing to keep the overall affordability of housing in Austin good, so that we can continue to attract jobs and businesses.
How much does the housing market lead or follow the overall economy?
It's what we call the slinky effect, and there's a big long slinky. It takes, on the average, probably about 2.5 to 3 years to initiate and start a major home development, a master plan community. A downtown tower will take about that same amount of time, and so we hope to be able to keep the process quick to avoid lengthy delays that cost a lot of money, and most of the time increased costs of delays or additional ordinances or impact fees, that just gets passed on to the consumer, and we hope to have a frank conversation about trying to minimize that.
Yeah, it should be an open discussion. Pete Dwyer, thanks so much for being here today. Once again, he will be with other leaders from the industry at the breakfast at the Long Center. That's next Wednesday, May 1st, starting at 7:30. Our Leslie Rohde will moderate that discussion.